What's it feel like to be a local celebrity?
Yeah, it doesn't.
No?
Not really, no. I mean, I think I'd see our products as celebrities, and I really like the sort of, have them championed and popping up in places and talked about and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
For me, running a business, it's really important to have like the people who run the business to be a face.
Yeah.
So figureheads, I think Conker is a response to faceless big brands.
Yeah.
So by default, it's got to have a face and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's that, and then there's kind of being literally the face of the brand and kind of celebritizing yourself. So it's hopefully down the line of kind of representing, being a kind of spokesperson for it, and being that face that is otherwise missing from big spirits and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Do you think you'll stay the main face of the business?
Yeah, I think I really enjoy the talks. So when I do the startup talks, and when I do like tonight going to Burnley Manor, although I'm a bit like another evening where I could be at home.
Yeah,
I do actually think it's cool. I get to talk about it. People these days, like, people give us amazing feedback on Conker, like, I tried it here, I tried it there, and it's a real it's quite rewarding. So I'll certainly stay chatting to people because I do like that. Yeah,
I know from day one you've kind of embraced the local angle, and I know behind the scenes you support a lot of businesses, a lot of events in their own way that people don't get to hear about. So, what does the local area and Southbourne in particular mean to you?
Yeah. I mean, it's hometown. So I've moved around quite a lot bit. Obviously, went to uni for a while, but generally, Christchurch, Southbourne, Bournemouth has been where I've grown up, and so when I started Conker, I could have had a distillery anywhere, and quite a thing for a distillery is kind of normally it's in some nice barn somewhere, and it's quite nice aesthetic. Whereas actually with Conker, like, two things I thought. Actually, gin's a bit of an urban drink, and it's a bit of a kind of city drink, because think of London Dry Gin, it's streets of London, right? Not rolling fields of Dorset.
I heard you didn't drink gin before you started the business. Is that right?
Not true.
No, not a myth. That's
maybe. I think what I tell people is, and maybe this is where that's come from, is that I never weave the story that I was some gin enthusiast, like desperate to do my own gin, because the reality was I did really like gin, and actually probably drank it more, like chose it as a drink more than most people, because it was never that popular. But it was really I was desperate to leave my job, and I was thinking, really any business idea would have done it. Yeah, so it was really a vehicle. And it just so happened that I had the idea, and then the passion came with it. So actually, I love finding really nice ale when you walk into a bar. I love cooking, and was quickly found, although I'd never really thought of myself as a chef, quickly found that I had a real palate for flavours and picking out flavours. So when I was developing the recipe, it wasn't a challenge. It wasn't a challenge. It wasn't a fight in myself. I was kind of had a kind of knack for it.
But from the local angle, you use local products. Was that part of the idea behind it as well? Yeah,
it was really about getting into Southbourne. Being a kind of urban sort of spirit rather than out in the countryside. But also, I wanted it to be something that people could just walk in off, part of their evening out. They could start at the distillery and then go to the larder house. For some food, and then upstairs for a cocktail, and drink Conker upstairs. So that you didn't have to get in a car to be have Conker as part of your night out. So although we don't do any tours as yet, it's kind of the agenda is we're in town, we're a 10-minute walk from the high street, rather than in some barn somewhere.
Have you ripped up your business plan several times over? Have you kind of smashed your targets, your vision?
Oh, in that sense.
How are you doing
that? I think. So in the early days, I really did have to write a business plan because I didn't have any money to put into it. So loans and overdrafts meant that, loans, overdrafts and getting a grant meant that you had to really demonstrate the business to lenders and the government. So I had to do these forecasts, and I always thought the best thing you can do is if you can get the money based on really pessimistic nice,
right.
then anything else, anything more than that is brilliant.
Yeah.
So, you know, in the first year I projected X, and that was on the basis of that would be enough to demonstrate to get the loan and whatnot, but it's nothing crazy. But so it meant that we did like 3 times that in our first year, and then, you know, we've doubled our sort of output every year. So yeah, in terms of what we thought we'd be doing in 5 years, we probably did in like the end of year 3.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. But then that's probably because I was so pessimistic. But I think that's better to start out thinking, rather than like, we're going to smash this and it's going to be easy.
And you have to fight the figures all the time.
And then you're just disappointed, aren't you? Then you're working back from like, oh.
Are you really pleased at the moment?
Oh man, it's amazing. We've had a hard year because of various things as business throws at you, but I mean, but still really great. And the best thing about it is that, you know, things are still going upwards, and but, you know, we go into London and do a show, and the amount of people from Bristol and Bath and way outside of our kind of local reach, they say, oh, this is our best pouring gin. People ask for it all the time, you know, and so that is like, it's going right. We're doing something good.
So, how has your life changed since starting Conker, and what's been the hardest lessons learned?
My life is completely different. So, for one, I've got 2 children.
Did you have 2 children before?
No. So I met Emily, my now fiance, getting married in about 4 weeks.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So yeah, got another big event planned. So I'm going to get this wrong now, about 2 years prior to the idea of Conker, we didn't have a mortgage, we didn't have any kids, but I was sort of miserable in what I was doing, and she said to me, you know, you've got to take a leap and do this, and we gave it 2 years on her teaching wage. So we've gone from, you know, renting, no kids, you know, late 20s, to approaching mid-30s, 2 kids, mortgage, getting married.
And a successful business.
And a great business, and from a one-man band to like now like 9 of us. And that's probably the hardest thing, is you go in thinking, I'm going to make Dorset's first gin, and then you end up being an employer. And being an employer is not what anyone really, I don't think anyone gets into business to do. You have visions of like, oh, build this team. But then you're like, oh, holiday forms.
So some issues that lie.
So I think at the moment that's my aches and pains, is growing and getting the gin and out the door, and doing all the kind of things we need to do in terms of marketing and events. On with a bigger team, and coordinating it all.
You mentioned you wanted to be the first Dorset gin. Obviously, there's a lot more local ones now. What do you think about that?
Inevitable. Like, I really, you know, I was desperate to be first. Like, absolutely desperate. So although it was a year from leaving my day job to selling the first bottle. Looking back now, that seems quite quick. But at the time, it was like agony, because I just thought at any moment on my Facebook feed I was just going to get a post saying Dorset's first gin distillery, and I'd throw my phone out the window. But we crossed the line. I think it wouldn't have mattered. I don't think being first means you're the biggest and you last longer, because that doesn't work like that. And, you know, it's just about being best, I suppose. But I started Conker knowing that there'd be 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever Dorset gins that would follow. So that just gave me the motivation just to, you know, really get it done and really sharpen our sword, so that everything we do is just as good as we can. And I kind of had the analogy that I wouldn't want to follow Conker. So like, do it so well that you wouldn't want to try and run a business behind. So that makes sense. It's that kind of like, let's just try and do as much as we can. But then we're so happy and fine about all the other brands, because they all they're different flavours, they're different styles, they have a different maybe a little local niche. And our aspirations were always sort of bigger than just owning Dorset. It's all about sort of doing, getting out nationally, and then we'd love one day to export.
Yeah.
And another gin down the road is not going to affect whether we export to X.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. And the fact that you've got a different product range to what they have. At what point did the coffee liqueur idea come along?
Yeah, it came along. So it was launched in March last year, and we started sort of developing it a year or so prior.
Wow.
So it's probably getting on to 2.5 years since the idea.
Yeah.
And it was purely because I'm not one for following the crowd, so I didn't want to just produce another slow gin or what have you.
Yeah.
And also I didn't want to just be known as a gin brand. Like I want to be known as a drinks producer that does interesting.
Is that why you were called Conker Spirit to begin with? Because you knew
exactly,
yeah. Something different.
Yeah, rather than Conker Gin, it's the
Conker Spirit. Wow.
And then the coffee was just, it was a complete, epiphany of it's a no-brainer, because there's just, we were taking Conker into bars.
Yeah.
Well, like some of the best places we've got on the high street here, so Larder House and what have you, and they would have, 10 of everything, so 10 tequilas, 10 whiskies, 15 gins, of course. And then you'd have Kahlua or Tia Maria or, as the coffee option, and those are all made using sort of, vanillas, caramels, flavouring. They're kind of an imitation of coffee. There's some coffee in there, but there's also imitation. Whereas this guy is just espresso. It's coffee, sugar, water, and our distilled spirit. Okay. So it was me just wanting to do trade new ground, bit of kind of spreading our bets. Yeah. But mainly wanting to not talk about gin anymore as well. So I don't have to talk about juniper or gorse flowers. So it's coffee's a really interesting subject that I can kind of get pretty interested in and chat about. Okay.
Where's been the most unexpected place that you've seen a bottle of your product, and where on the whole of this planet would you like to see one?
Yeah. And we've had people from all over the world sort of post pictures of it in bars in the Caribbean, and had someone in Melbourne say, "Oh, it's in this pop-up gin bar." So places that we're not exporting to, it's kind of just like, oh, it's on this back bar in Sri Lanka and stuff. So you get really random. And it's, I think because people can buy it online through various wholesalers.
Is it at the airports yet?
It's we've been talking to Bournemouth Airport. Yeah, they're super keen. Yeah, they're super keen. Yeah. But the place I most wanted to pop up, and it's it nearly happened. Me and Emily were watching a film a couple of days ago, and the film was in a bar, and then I paused it because I recognised some gin brands, and I scoured the back bar. I was like, "Where's Conker?" I saw Black Cow and the Dorset vodka in the background.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Which film was it?
It was the Red Sparrow with it's the new one with Jennifer Lawrence in. Okay. But Conker wasn't in there. But I'm waiting for that moment of we're in a film. That would be cool. Yeah. That'd be really cool, because I was looking for it. There was some really some very well known.
Because I thought you would say something like, Harrods in there, or such and such a hotel in the world, but you went in a movie.
Well, the thing is, we've got some really cool listings. We've got Waitrose and M&S. We haven't got Harrods, incidentally, but that would be good.
Yeah. So into the camera.
Yeah, we want Harrods. Harrods, come and get us. But it's I suppose those are the things we would work to get, and we could just knock on their door and give them samples and then hopefully get in. Yeah. But
a movie
a movie that's in a different country, in a bar that you don't expect, and suddenly you see something you've signed yourself. Yeah. Cool, huh? That's I suppose that's the point, is all the bottle sales and all the money and the success of a business is all one thing. It boils down to what people talk about, how people talk about you, seeing it unexpectedly in a film, and that's the little bits of joy as a business owner, I think. Yeah. Imagine if you it's the same thing really. If you saw a car you made just driving down the road with a celebrity in it, that's
mine.
Yeah, exactly. So Yeah, that would be the. So I'm going to keep my eyes peeled, watch more films.
So as one of the local food heroes around here, what can you do to take things to the next level?
Good question. That's a big question. Yeah. What's the next level? Yeah. I mean, we just continue to do what we do really. So we continue to do all the events, so all like things like Shake and Stir and Christchurch Food Festival, and we get asked a lot more and more to support those sorts of things. We're doing the Sevens rugby, Bournemouth Sevens, and we've got a Sevens team that won this year.
Oh, right.
So I think that's just because as you grow, you can hopefully afford the luxury of having these projects and sort of supporting and doing more community stuff, which we're doing already. So I'd love to just kind of not set up a gear and be a bit more present.
I guess that goes into my next question about collaboration. If there was a magic collaboration, like you could pick and choose some people, some brands, what would that be?
We've got one, but I can't tell you what it is. We've got an amazing collaboration.
It's not that thing behind there, is it?
No, it's not that.
Do you want to bring that up?
Yeah. So this. So this is a good collaboration. So that boutique gin company is they're kind of they're bottlers basically, and they kind of commission. So they go to distilleries all over the world and say, "Can you make us this gin?" Yeah. And so this was a big moment for us because they only work with really well established, really respected distilleries. Yeah. So we made this Mojito gin, which is delicious, really unique.
Mr. Peter
Holland there.
Mr. Rum.
Yeah, Mr. Rum. That's me. That's Fred. Fred Gamble who works here. Right. He's my kind of right hand man.
And that's Mr. Jim.
That is
Taster.
Yeah. So this is David Smith, who actually worked with me very early days. I took some of my initial recipes, like recipe 6, 7, and 8, and just tasted them in his kitchen. Yeah. But no, we've got so we're bringing out a product which I can't tell you about, but it's a collaboration with a really amazing charity. Okay. Your question is perfect, but I wish I could just tell you what it is, but we haven't signed the dotted line yet. Oh. But again, a local presence and a really, really worthy cause. Yeah. And it's been quite a lot of negotiating and sorting out. But so that's a good example of like we've built ourselves a little platform and a reputation to be able to say we can do this, and then I'm amazed when they go, you can really bring something to us. I'm thinking you can bring something to us. So it's kind of like a meeting in the middle. Yeah.
And my final question: are you still signing every bottle and regretting it now?
Yeah, we are. Yeah. So we've got we just take it in turns. So we Fred. Because obviously I'm out and about, I had this problem once where it's like, you're out for 2 days, how are we going to get any bottles out so that you can start signing? And he regrets that now because now he's got to do some signing. So for as long as possible we'll share that honour, I was going to say burden, but honour. And we do everything here, so we've got some more space, we're going to put the bottling line in, and we bottle and label all here rather than getting it shipped off to be finished off. So it's just an important thing of what we do. Yeah, it's what we are. I think, again, like that kind of faceless brand thing, we're not just a gin brand that gets our gin made for us elsewhere. We do every step. Yeah.
Any final comments you want to make to the camera before we go?
To the camera? Well, thanks for the opportunity, really. Like, I think, you saying things like, local food celebrity, food hero and stuff. I mean, you guys, the support I've had and the gin has from day one has just been phenomenal. Like everyone on the high street has championed it, and it's the gin that's done done that hard work, and I just happen to be sort of the mug in front of the camera. So thanks for the opportunity. Really cool.
Thanks, Rupert. Thank you for that.
Nice one. Okay.